This black man had just been released from prison. He immediately started taunting at the prison gate because he was about to become a millionaire. It turned out that a few years ago, Jack was stealing a diamond worth over $100 million. Unexpectedly, the police arrived at the scene quickly, so Jack had no choice but to leave the diamond in an air vent. Soon, Jack was arrested. Before leaving, he memorized the diamond's location. After he got out, he went to the building from back then, but it had become a police station. This made Jack very angry. But to retrieve the diamond, Jack pretended to be a delivery worker, but the security guard told him only two types of people were allowed inside: police officers and criminals. While Jack was still pondering, he saw a police officer swiping a card to enter, so Jack immediately approached and stole the card. Then Jack thought of a plan. He found someone to duplicate the card and made a badge. The next day, he confidently entered through the lobby, then used the card to swipe the access control. Unexpectedly, when he reached the elevator, he saw a group of police officers, so he pretended to be calm and walked in. Soon, he found the air vent. Suddenly, a prisoner ran in. Jack thought his identity had been discovered. He immediately subdued the escapee. Thus, he helped the police catch the criminal. When the chief saw Jack, he said he didn't seem to have seen him before, so Jack quickly explained he was new. The chief didn't suspect anything. He even transferred Jack to a new team and gave him an assistant. Just like that, Jack went from a thief to a police officer. But to get the diamond, he had to keep pretending. But Jack had just started work when he was asked to go out on an investigation. While his colleagues thought the criminal escaped through the window, Jack, using his years of experience as a thief, immediately found a clue. Then, using logical reasoning, he concluded that a staff member had stolen the items and found the stolen goods. Unexpectedly, the case was solved just like that. Later, Jack went to a store to buy something and encountered a robber. Unexpectedly, the store owner immediately fought back with a weapon. While they were fighting, Jack walked up behind the criminal and threatened him with a weapon. It turned out the criminal was Jack's former accomplice, so Jack immediately told his accomplice to escape. But the accomplice was still cornered by the police in an alley. Jack, afraid his identity would be exposed, decided to negotiate with his accomplice. He went up to his accomplice and said that if he cooperated with Jack's act, the accomplice would get a large sum of money later. Then the two put on a show. Just like that, Jack's deed became known to everyone. He was then promoted to team leader by the chief. Later, Jack cracked a drug trafficking case and arrested a criminal, while also seizing a large amount of contraband. This made Jack extremely popular in the police station, but Jack still wanted to retrieve the diamond. Finally, he found the diamond in the air vent. Just as he was happy, the chief came over. By accident, the diamond fell into the contraband. The chief then told him that the contraband was going to be taken away for experiments. To get the diamond, Jack proposed using the contraband to lure out the boss behind it. So Jack became an undercover agent and went to trade with an informant. When he arrived at the trade location, Jack quickly took out the diamond. Suddenly, a man came in with a weapon and stole Jack's diamond. And this person was Jack's former accomplice.